Did you know that small changes in your bedtime routine can make a big difference to your health and well-being? Today, we're going to talk about habits that might be affecting your sleep without you even realizing it. And, more importantly, how to reverse them in simple ways. Understanding these small adjustments can lead to more peaceful nights and more energized days. Situations like this happen more often than we think, and often the explanation lies in seemingly harmless nighttime habits. What we do in the hours before bed can either prepare our bodies for a restful and rejuvenating night, or, without us noticing, can silently strain our hearts, blood vessels, and our ability to breathe properly during sleep. The problem is that, over time, we get used to certain routines and don't notice when our bodies change and require new care. What worked at 40 can become a risk at 70. And this is a reality many ignore until it's too late. Sleep should be a time of rest and recovery. With a few simple adjustments, you can ensure more rejuvenating and safer nights. Studies show that after the age of 70, metabolism slows down, the body's temperature regulation becomes less efficient, blood circulation faces greater challenges, and the body's ability to handle sleep disruptions decreases dramatically. This means that what seemed like a minor inconvenience years ago, waking up to use the bathroom, feeling slightly warm at night, or experiencing occasional reflux, can now become a dangerous trigger for more serious issues, such as spikes in blood pressure, arrhythmias, strokes, and even fatal events during sleep. But the good news is that with small changes, it's possible to reverse these risks and ensure safer, more restful nights. In this video, we'll explore 5 nighttime habits that can be harmful to your health after 70. Some may seem harmless, others may be practices you've maintained for decades without question, but all of them have a real and proven impact on longevity and well-being, and we're not talking about complex solutions or radical changes. These are simple adjustments anyone can make to ensure that every night of sleep is truly a time of recovery and protection for the body. After all, it's not just about sleeping well, but about waking up the next day feeling stronger, healthier, and more energized to enjoy every moment of life. Stay with me until the end of this video, because the last habit on the list is one of the most overlooked and, at the same time, one of the most dangerous. If you want to ensure safer sleep and protect your health in the coming years, every minute of this content can make a difference. So far, so good. Now, let's dive into the first habit that might be harming your rest and compromising your health, without you even realizing it. Pay attention because this tip could make all the difference. The importance of exposure to the right light. Before bed light is one of the most powerful factors in regulating the body's internal clock. But not all light has the same effect. Exposure to the wrong kind of light before bed could be sabotaging your sleep and, without you realizing it, increasing risks to your cardiovascular and brain health. If you have trouble falling asleep or wake up feeling tired, your nighttime routine might be sending the wrong signals to your body. Our bodies have an internal clock that helps us sleep and wake at the right times. At night, when it gets dark, it releases a hormone that helps us relax and sleep well. But if we use artificial light, like from phones or TVs, before bed, the body might think it's still daytime and have trouble falling asleep. Among all sources of artificial light, blue light is the most harmful to sleep. Found in the screens of phones, TVs, tablets, and computers, this light directly inhibits the production of melatonin, making the brain think it's still daytime. The result? Difficulty falling asleep, shallow sleep, and greater fatigue upon waking. Additionally, poor sleep can cause spikes in blood pressure and increase the risk of cardiovascular diseases. But the negative effects of blue light go beyond sleep. Have you ever noticed that you wake up feeling tired even after a full night in bed? This could be related to the light you're exposed to before bed. Research shows that frequent exposure to blue light can accelerate brain aging and increase the risk of diseases like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. This happens because deep sleep is essential for the cleansing of toxins in the brain, and when this process is interrupted, harmful compounds can accumulate, impairing cognitive function over time. The problem is that many people, especially older adults, have developed the habit of watching TV or using their phones before bed without realizing the negative impact of this behavior. What seems like a way to relax is actually stimulating the brain at a time when it should be winding down. But how can you reverse this and ensure that light exposure works in your favor, not against you? The solution isn't to eliminate light entirely, but to adjust it so that it aligns with the body's natural rhythm. One of the most effective ways to regulate sleep naturally is by exposing yourself to sunlight first thing in the morning. Morning sunlight helps synchronize the internal clock, reinforcing the sleep-wake cycle and preparing the body to rest better at night. Spending at least 15 to 30 minutes outdoors in the early hours of the day can make a big difference in your sleep quality. At night, it's best to reduce screen exposure at least an hour before bed. If that's not possible, a useful trick is to activate blue light filters on phones and computers or use blue light blocking glasses. These devices help minimize the harmful effects of artificial light, allowing melatonin to be produced correctly. Another important adjustment is the choice of lighting in the bedroom. White or fluorescent lights can interfere with sleep just as much as electronic screens. It's best to opt for warmer, softer lights, like amber or orange-toned LED bulbs, which mimic the sunset and signal to the body that it's time to relax. Additionally, total darkness in the bedroom is essential for optimal melatonin production. Blackout curtains, sleep masks, and even eliminating small light sources like LEDs from electronic devices can help create an environment more conducive to deep, restorative sleep. Studies show that older adults who sleep in completely dark environments are less likely to develop insulin resistance and metabolic issues. This is because the presence of light during sleep can interfere with the hormones that regulate blood sugar, increasing the risk of diabetes and other complications. And let's not forget the connection between light and mood. Inadequate light. Exposure can directly impact serotonin production, a neurotransmitter essential for feelings of well-being. People who spend too much time under cold artificial light at night may experience higher levels of anxiety and depression. The simple act of adjusting the lighting in your routine can improve not only your sleep, but also your energy throughout the day, your memory, and even your cardiovascular health. Tonight, try turning off the lights earlier and see how you feel when you wake up tomorrow. Then, let me know in the comments if you noticed any difference. Small changes, like avoiding screens before bed, using warmer-toned lights, and ensuring a completely dark environment for rest can make a big difference in your quality of life. Now that you understand the impact of light on your sleep and health, let's move on to the next habit, one of the most overlooked and potentially harmful to your circulation and breathing while you sleep: the position you lie in at night. The danger of excess. Liquids. Before bed, you've probably heard that drinking plenty of water throughout the day is essential for health. But does this recommendation apply to any time of day? For many people over 70, the answer might be surprising. Hydration is crucial, but when done at the wrong time, it can become a real challenge for the body, especially at night. Many older adults develop a common habit: drinking a large glass of water before bed, either out of fear of dehydration or simply out of habit. The problem is that, as we age, the function of the bladder and kidneys changes significantly. The body can no longer store fluids the way it used to, and this can lead to multiple trips to the bathroom during the night, a condition known as nocturia. What seems like a minor inconvenience can actually have much more serious consequences. Today, there's an effective solution not only for kidney regulation, but also for blood sugar levels, especially for those with type 1 and type 2 diabetes. If you want to learn more about this, check out the pinned comment. Every time an older adult gets up to use the bathroom, something dangerous can happen. Blood pressure can drop rapidly as they stand up from bed. This phenomenon, called postural hypotension, occurs because the body needs more time to adjust blood flow when changing positions. This can cause dizziness, imbalance, and even fainting. and a simple stumble or fall in the dark can result in serious fractures, head injuries, and prolonged hospital stays. But it's not just the risk of falls that makes excess liquids before bed a problem. Repeatedly interrupted sleep throughout the night has direct effects on cardiovascular and neurological health. Every time deep sleep is disrupted, the body loses one of the most important stages of rest: cellular repair. Over time, this can lead to increased blood pressure, a weakened immune system, and even a higher risk of neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's. Studies show that older adults who sleep poorly due to nocturia are more likely to experience cognitive decline. The brain needs continuous cycles of deep sleep to consolidate memories and process information, and when these cycles are frequently interrupted, brain function can be compromised. Another concerning factor is that some beverages can worsen this problem. Diuretic teas, coffee, and even some herbal infusions can further stimulate urine production, making nighttime bathroom trips even more frequent. Alcoholic beverages have a similar effect, as alcohol interferes with the body's antidiuretic hormone, causing the kidneys to eliminate more fluids than usual. So, what can be done to avoid these problems without compromising hydration? The key is to control fluid intake throughout the day. It's best to maintain good hydration levels during the morning and afternoon, gradually reducing water and other beverage intake as the evening progresses. If you feel thirsty before bed, instead of drinking a full glass of water at once, try taking small sips to quench your thirst without overloading your bladder. Another useful strategy is to avoid very salty or spicy foods at dinner, as they increase the need for fluid intake. Additionally, if nocturia is already a recurring issue, it's worth checking if any ongoing medications might be contributing to it. Some blood pressure medications, for example, have a diuretic effect and can be adjusted by your doctor to more suitable times. Small changes can make a big difference. Imagine being able to sleep through the night without interruptions, waking up refreshed and energized to enjoy the day. By adjusting your fluid intake habits, you not only improve your sleep quality but also protect your cardiovascular health and reduce the risk of falls and more serious complications. Now that you understand the impact of excess liquids before bed, let's talk about another factor that many people overlook, but that could be sabotaging your sleep quality without you realizing it. How? Room temperature affects your heart and sleep thermal comfort. During sleep is something many people underestimate, but the truth is that room temperature can have a profound impact on the quality of rest and cardiovascular health, especially after 70. If you've ever woken up in the middle of the night feeling hot, sweating, or feeling tired in the morning, you might be ignoring an essential factor. Your body needs the right environment to maintain a balanced temperature during sleep. As we age, the body's natural ability to regulate heat decreases. This means older adults are more sensitive to temperature fluctuations, both to cold and heat. When the environment is too warm, the heart has to work harder to keep the body cool, increasing heart rate and raising the risk of dehydration. This extra effort can be dangerous for those with high blood pressure, heart problems, or compromised blood circulation. Scientific studies show that high nighttime temperatures can trigger an increase in blood viscosity, making it more prone to clotting. This raises the risk of cardiovascular events like strokes and heart attacks. Additionally, overheating can compromise the quality of deep sleep, which is essential for cellular repair and memory consolidation. On the other hand, sleeping in an environment that's too warm can also lead to lighter, more fragmented sleep. When this happens, the body can't enter the deep stages of rest, resulting in fatigue, irritability, and lack of focus during the day. People who sleep poorly due to inadequate room temperature often report feelings of exhaustion, mental fog, and even muscle pain, as the body hasn't had enough time to recover during the night. So, what's the ideal temperature for restorative sleep? Experts recommend keeping the bedroom between 60 degrees and 66 degrees, 16 and 19 degrees to promote deeper, more continuous sleep. This temperature range helps the body enter a state of relaxation, allowing the metabolism to function efficiently without putting extra strain on the cardiovascular system. One reason this temperature is so important is that during sleep, the body's temperature naturally drops. This cooling is a biological signal that the body is ready to rest. However, when the environment is too warm, this reduction doesn't happen properly, and this can disrupt the entire sleep cycle. But maintaining the ideal room temperature isn't always easy. Many people prefer sleeping with heavy blankets or wearing warm pajamas, which can lead to overheating even if the room is cool. A simple solution is to replace synthetic bedding with lighter, breathable materials like cotton or linen, which help dissipate heat. Another effective strategy is to improve air circulation in the bedroom. Keeping a window open for fresh air or using a fan can make a big difference. For those living in warmer regions, investing in an air conditioner or cooler can be a good option to ensure more peaceful and safer nights. Beyond the impact on the heart and sleep quality, room temperature also influences brain health. Studies show that people who sleep in overly warm environments may experience cognitive difficulties over time, as the lack of deep sleep directly affects information retention and mental function. And let's not forget that overheating during sleep is also linked to increased stress and anxiety levels. When the body doesn't rest properly, stress hormones like cortisol remain elevated, creating a harmful cycle that can affect both mood and overall health. The good news is that making small adjustments can completely transform your nights. In addition to controlling room temperature, creating a calming nighttime routine and avoiding stimulants before bed, like screens and bright lights, can enhance the positive effects of rest. Now that you know how room temperature can affect your health, let's talk about a lesser-known habit that has a silent impact on your rest and well-being: light exposure before bed. The danger of the wrong sleeping position. Sleeping seems like one of the most natural activities in the world. You lie down, close your eyes, and simply let your body rest. But what if the way you sleep is, without you realizing it, harming your health? The position you lie in can be a decisive factor for the quality of your sleep and the health of your heart, lungs, and even your brain. Many people spend their lives sleeping in a specific way without ever questioning if that position is truly the best for them. However, after 70, the body undergoes changes that make some postures dangerous. Blood circulation becomes less efficient. The lungs may have more difficulty fully expanding, and issues like acid reflux and sleep apnea can worsen depending on how the body is positioned during the night. One of the most problematic positions for older adults is sleeping on your back. While it may seem comfortable for some, this posture can be particularly harmful for those with sleep apnea. When you sleep on your back, gravity causes the tongue and throat tissues to relax and partially block the airway. This can lead to interruptions in breathing throughout the night, reducing blood oxygenation and putting extra strain on the heart. The problem is that sleep apnea often goes unnoticed. You may not remember waking up during the night, but these small interruptions in breathing cause your body to repeatedly exit the deepest stages of sleep. The result? You wake up tired, with headaches, and over time, you may develop high blood pressure, heart arrhythmias, and a higher risk of strokes. Additionally, sleeping on your back can increase the chances of acid reflux. In this position, stomach acid can more easily travel up the esophagus, causing heartburn, nighttime coughing, and in more severe cases, even aspiration of acidic particles into the lungs. For older adults, this can be a serious risk, as chronic reflux is associated with lung inflammation and even an increased likelihood of aspiration pneumonia. Another position that can be problematic for some is sleeping on the right side. Studies suggest that this posture can exert slight pressure on the heart, making blood circulation more difficult, especially for those with heart failure. While this position isn't necessarily dangerous for everyone, those with heart issues may benefit from switching to the left side. So, what's the best sleeping position after 70? According to experts, it's sleeping on your side, preferably the left side. This position not only improves blood circulation, but also aids digestion and reduces the risk of reflux. Sleeping on the left side helps the heart pump blood more efficiently and prevents the stomach from pressing on the esophagus, minimizing acid reflux symptoms. If you have trouble maintaining this position throughout the night, a simple solution is to use a firm pillow between your knees. This helps align the spine and prevents you from rolling into a less favorable position. Another trick is to use an extra pillow to support your back, providing more stability while you sleep. The type of pillow you use also matters. Pillows that are too high or too low can force your neck into an uncomfortable position, making it harder to breathe and increasing the chances of muscle pain upon waking. It's best to choose a pillow that keeps your head aligned with your spine, allowing for unobstructed breathing. For those with back pain, another effective strategy is to use a mattress that offers adequate support without being too firm. Mattresses that are too soft can cause the body to sink unevenly, leading to spinal misalignment and discomfort throughout the night. A good orthopedic mattress can make a big difference in sleep quality and joint health. Changing your sleeping position may seem challenging at first, especially if you've been used to a specific posture for years. However, small adjustments can bring significant benefits, improving breathing, circulation, and the body's recovery during sleep. If you feel like you wake up tired, have trouble breathing at night, or experience neck and back pain upon waking, it might be time to pay more attention to how you sleep. Small details, like the angle of your head or the side you turn to, can directly influence your health and well-being. Now that you understand the importance of the right sleeping position, let's move on to the final factor that could be compromising your sleep quality and increasing risks to your health: what you eat before bed. Late night eating, the silent habit that can be fatal diet, has a direct impact on our health, and this becomes even more evident as we age. Many people believe that what they eat during the day is the most important factor for health, but the truth is that the timing of meals also plays a crucial role, especially in older adults. Eating late at night, a seemingly harmless habit, could be silently harming your sleep and increasing the risk of heart, metabolic, and digestive issues. After 70, metabolism slows down and digestion becomes less efficient. This means that food eaten late at night stays in the stomach longer, interfering with sleep and putting extra strain on the cardiovascular system. The problem isn't just what you eat, but when you eat it. Many people have the habit of having a snack or even a full meal shortly before bed. Whether out of hunger, anxiety, or habit, this practice can negatively affect sleep quality. When the body should be relaxing for deep, restorative rest, it's still busy processing food, which can lead to abdominal discomfort, acid reflux, and increased heart rate. Acid reflux is one of the main issues caused by late-night eating. When we lie down shortly after eating, gravity no longer helps keep stomach acid in place. As a result, this acid can travel up the esophagus, causing a burning sensation in the chest and even nighttime coughing. For older adults, this problem can be even more serious, as frequent reflux can lead to aspiration pneumonia, a dangerous condition where small amounts of stomach acid enter the lungs, causing inflammation and respiratory infections. Additionally, there's a direct impact on the heart. Studies show that eating late at night can raise blood pressure during sleep. This happens because after a meal, the body directs more blood flow to the digestive system, which can cause an increase in heart rate and blood pressure. For those with hypertension or heart issues, this spike can be enough to increase the risk of a cardiovascular event, like a heart attack or stroke. Another concerning factor is the impact on metabolism. Eating late at night can lead to spikes in blood sugar, especially if the meal is high in carbs or sugar. For people with diabetes or insulin resistance, this can be particularly dangerous, as the body can't properly regulate blood sugar levels during sleep. Over time, this practice can worsen diabetes and increase the risk of metabolic diseases. But does this mean you can never eat anything before bed? Not exactly. The key is to choose the right foods and the right timing. Experts recommend having your last meal of the day at least 3 to 4 hours before bed. This gives the body enough time to process food without interfering with rest. If you feel hungry before bed, it's important to opt for light, easy-to-digest snacks. Foods rich in lean protein, like natural yogurt, cottage cheese, or a handful of nuts, can help keep you full without overloading your digestive system. Herbal teas, like chamomile and lemon balm, are also good options, as they help relax without stimulating stomach acid production. On the other hand, some foods should be avoided entirely at night. Fried foods, fatty meats, heavy pasta dishes, and sweets can slow down digestion even more and raise blood sugar and fat levels during sleep. Caffeinated drinks like coffee and some teas should also be avoided, as they can stimulate the nervous system and make it harder to relax for sleep. Another important aspect is creating a nighttime routine that signals to your body that it's time to wind down. Many people associate nighttime with heavy meals or snacks while watching TV, but replacing this habit with a more relaxing activity, like reading a book or listening to calming music, can help reduce the urge to eat late. Avoiding heavy meals before bedtime can significantly improve sleep quality, reduce cardiovascular and metabolic risks, and contribute to a longer, healthier life. Small adjustments to your eating routine can make a big difference, ensuring not only deeper rest but also a healthier heart and a better functioning digestive system. As I mentioned earlier, if you're interested in learning more about this, check out the pinned comment. Now that you understand the impact of diet on sleep and health, it's time to reflect. Have you made this mistake? What can you change starting today to ensure safer, more rejuvenating rest? With that, we conclude our journey through the 5 nighttime habits that could be compromising your health without you realizing it. But before we wrap up, let's recap the main points and understand how small changes can make a huge difference in your well-being. The way we live our nights determines the quality of our days. Small habits, often overlooked, can be interfering with our health in ways we don't even notice. Now that you're aware of some of these silent traps, it's time to reflect. How many of these habits are part of your routine? Have you ever found yourself waking up in the middle of the night for no apparent reason? Have you felt tired upon waking, even after hours of sleep? Your body might be sending you signals that something needs to change. Sometimes we think we're resting well, but in reality, we're just surviving the nights. Sleep shouldn't just be a pause in your routine. It needs to be restorative, deep, and safe. Now that you understand the impact of certain nighttime choices on your health, what will be the first change you make? You can start by adjusting small details, drinking less liquid at night, reducing light exposure before bed, or even trying a new sleeping position. The important thing is to take the first step. But don't forget, you don't have to make these changes alone. Sharing experiences can be one of the most powerful ways to learn. Maybe you found a solution that improved your quality of life, and that tip could be exactly what someone else needs to hear. Or maybe you're just starting to pay more attention to your sleep and want to know how others deal with these challenges. So, leave a comment. Which of these changes have you tried? Did you notice any improvement? What other nighttime habit do you think might be affecting your health? Your experience could inspire someone to take action today. If this content helped you, share it with friends, family, and anyone who might benefit from this information. Have you made any changes to your routine and felt a difference? Comment here. Your experience could inspire others to sleep better and live with more quality. After all, it's never too late to change and ensure more peaceful, safe, and rejuvenating nights. If you want to continue receiving content that truly makes a difference in your well-being, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. That way, you'll always be the first to know when we bring new tips to improve your health and quality of life. Now that you know these tips, why not try at least one of them tonight? Small changes lead to big results. Then, come back here and tell me how you felt. I'm curious to know.